Good morning and welcome to Amani. Are you ready to begin this day? We're going to start with Sonia this morning. Thank you, Sonia.
Good morning. I think we got some words for you. Hope you remember it. And sing along as loud as you can. Right? I can feel it. I feel spirit moving. I can feel it. I feel spirit moving. I am the love of God, the hands and feet. I can feel it. I am ready for my highest calling. I am ready for my highest calling. I am the love of God, the hands and feet. I am ready. I'm in service to the world around me. I'm in service to the world around me. I am the love of God, the hands and feet. I'm in service. I'm abundance. I feel good surround me. I'm abundance. I feel good surround me. Yeah. I am the love of God, the hands and feet. I'm abundance. I can feel it. I feel spirit moving. I can feel it. I feel spirit moving. I am the love of God, the hands and feet. I can feel it. Good job, guys.
I love that song. It's fun. Fun. Time for the kids to go to their lesson. Bye, kids. Have fun. Learn a new affirmation and teach it to us later. That'll be great. So how about let's say our vision statement. We're going to say it nice and loud with our outside voice. Hey. All right, let's begin. Lighting the path to peace together. You know, this is what we're doing out there in the world for everyone that we come in contact. We are lifting them up. We are the light. And we're hopefully reflecting that back to them so they realize they're also the light. So we're an open and inclusive spiritual community, knowing that all faiths and paths lead to the divine. And we really enjoy our classes and our workshops. Sounds like there was a really great one yesterday. A lot of fun and creativity. I do hope we do that one again. It sounds great. And we're a safe and welcoming place to just do some processing. If you've had some experiences in the past, hopefully with religion or whatever else, maybe we can be that place so you feel safe and can open up and grow and be an inspiration. So anyone here for the first time? I didn't think so, but out there in Facebook land, hello and thank you for joining us today. So one thing that we do have, and what our classes can lead to if you're interested in becoming a certified practitioner, we use what's called an affirmative prayer, and that's our main tool. Like, you know, a surgeon with a scalpel, we're practitioners with a prayer. And this prayer is that we know the truth about you. So if there's something you're wanting to bring into your life or something that you're just ready to get rid of, let us know that truth for you. And know that the classes can lead you to be able to do this for yourself. And we have an ongoing class right now, Science of Mind, and it's including the 5 steps of affirmative prayer. So any practitioners in here today available to do prayer after service? you can see one of us if, actually it's a good thing. It's complimentary and you get a chance to see and feel what that's like. Okay, so let's bring up Marcy to do the announcements for us today and let us know what else is going on.
Thank you, Reverend. Oh my gosh, words. Thank you, Reverend Belinda. All right, so today is the 17th, so we have our very wonderful Reverend Don Epidoni speaking. The theme for the month is the Field of Possibilities, which the Circle of Light picked last year, but it is so appropriate, as always, dropping right in for this month. Next week, we're going to have our wonderful Divine Reverend Sherry Wynn, and then because there are 5 Sundays in May, we get to bring back Reverend David Clark, and he's a fantastic speaker, so make sure you show up for the 31st or watch online, whatever you can. It's great to have him, and he's a busy man, so it's hard to get him sometimes. So here's some of the things coming up. May 22nd, our Grease movie night sing-along. I hope you guys will all come to this. This is just going to be some good fun. We're going to have some food. We'll have some pizza. Dress up. We're going to watch Grease. Y'all know the songs. We're going to sing along. We can dance. We'll just have a good time. We know how to do that. So show up for that. May 22nd at 7 p.m. Kids are welcome for that one as well. Teen Playdate got moved this month to the 29th because Alyssa is a busy woman with her kids too. She's got someone graduating. There you are. So that's just for this month. It'll be the 29th. Normally it's the third Friday. If you know some teens who might want to come and have a great time, let them know. This is a great way for them to just be kids, be teens in a safe space where they can just do their thing. So everyone's welcome. All right, this great acting workshop with Melanie Smith is coming up on the 31st. That's the same week that Reverend David will be here. So that's going to be an amazing 4-hour workshop with Melanie. She's amazing. Sign up for this. You can get more information from her or from the website. And this will be just kind of there's going to be spiritual work as well, but it's also going to be some fun, useful things that will kind of up-level you in your way of expressing in the world. So check that out. Erica Oreski is bringing a couple of parenting workshops in June, so you can mark your calendar for these. They are $20 for a couple, so great price. She's just looking to do some service and help parents build some skills. So there'll be part 1 on June 11th and then part 2 on June 25th. Starts with creating balance in parenting and partnership, and then the second part is building the parenting team. So check those out. Tell people who you know who could maybe benefit from some of these workshops we have. And that is all we have for our announcements. So if you haven't already, silence your phone, and I'm going to pass it back to Reverend Belinda.
Thank you, Marcy. And definitely do another workshop like yesterday for us. Sounds wonderful. So let's get ready to go inward, to really open up and be available for what Reverend Don has to offer this morning and for the music. Setting our intention to be that perfect, open light for the divine, that this intelligence and wisdom that's already within us shows up this day to be in service to each other. And we're grateful for this place we call Amani, and for every volunteer. We're so grateful that we hold this space, this light for each other, and bring our love and our compassion and our creativity. So thank you, sweet Spirit, for this beautiful place, the Amani Center, that it is a place where we can grow in spirit. And then as we leave, lift other people up we come in contact with. So thank you, sweet Spirit, and I release this and let it go, knowing that this place does serve our highest and greatest good, as we say together, and so it is. So let's bring Marcy back up to do the affirmation for us today.
All right, so we are going to speak our affirmation 3 times. The first time with energy. We're going to really feel it as we say it. Put it out into the universe. The second time we'll bring it into a whisper so we can really drop it into our heart, to our soul. And then the third time, please join me mentally as I speak it aloud. Today's affirmation comes to us from Reverend Don Appadone, and let's begin. My field of possibilities yields what I plant. It is large as I allow it to be. My field of possibilities yields what I plant. It is as large as I allow it to be. My field of possibility yields what I plant, and it is as large as I allow it to be. And together we say, and so it is. All right, and now Sonia is going to lead us into our meditation.
In the silence there is peace. In the silence there is unspoken joy. In the silence there's release from a world full of chaos and noise. So I'll wait for these precious moments, and I hear all the things that can said, and right here in this precious moment I find God. I find myself. In the silence there is peace. In the silence there is unspoken joy. In the silence there's release from a world full of chaos and noise. So I'll wait for these precious moments when I hear all that hasn't been said, and right here in this holy instance I find God. I find myself. I find myself right here. I find myself.
And so let's take our time to drop into our meditation now, right here in the silence, where we find God, we find ourselves, we find that divine space where we are more than we ever dreamed we could be, because we are one with the divine energy, the divine spirit, the divine light that creates all, that brings all in and expands, ever expanding in this divine field of opportunities that is limitless, absolutely limitless. So we just go there right now, and we can always go there just by getting quiet, going to the silence, clearing our minds, clearing away the chaos and the noise and the to-do lists and the fear and the worry and all the things that are out there fighting for our attention, because our attention is golden, our attention is powerful. So we turn our attention within to the silence, to this space where we just absolutely say yes to our oneness with Spirit. And we do this right now, going into the silence. Enjoy your meditation. So we're going to stay in the silence for a few minutes more, but we're going to turn our attention to healing, to wholeness, to good. There are people and situations in the planet right now that feel chaotic, that feel frightening, that feel out of alignment with the highest and best for all. And so we turn our attention there. People are receiving diagnoses that are frightening, that are rocking their world. People are losing health care or access to food and water or jobs or family members. There is chaos that is occurring out there in the world, and we hold ourselves high, we stay focused on the light, but we also send our love and our compassion and our understanding and our empathy to anyone who's suffering through effects of the world right now. So right now, we turn our attention, our love, our highest consciousness to these individuals, these situations, and we hold them up in the light. And we send our compassion, our hope, and our love. And in just a moment, I will invite you to speak aloud the names of people, situations, places, anything out there that you want to just remember the wholeness, the oneness with spirit of. And that way, we just send that love, that empathy, that upliftment towards it. So right now, go ahead and speak aloud those names, the name, including yourself, of all of this which we want to uplift and shine the light upon. And just knowing that all of this is seen, is heard, is uplifted just by our bringing it to the forefront and shining our loving consciousness upon it, bringing it into that energy of upliftment, of loving, of wholeness. We are making a difference in this way. And so we continue to hold this high consciousness for all of these people, all of these places, all of these situations, and for the entire planet, for planet Earth, for the plants, the animals, the climate, the people, the governments, the land, all of it we hold in the divine light, knowing that something better is unfolding right now, a world that works for everyone, all people, all animals, all plants and places, and Mother Earth herself. And we are bringing it about one person at a time. So with great gratitude to know the truth of this, great gratitude for the Amani Center, for giving us a place to remind ourselves of this good work, and great gratitude for each and every one of you which make up this center, which make up the change on the planet right now. In great gratitude, in great joy, in great anticipation of something better that is unfolding right now, I release this word into the law. I know that as I speak it, it is done, and that something better is unfolding. And together we say, and so it is. All right, and now we have another song from Sonia.
So many things to say. The windows are wide, so darkness and light and mystery and beauty can meet you inside. And there's room enough to hold all of us that gather in friendship and gather in love. is high to let your soul rise up to the angels that teach you to fly. And when you're weary of clouds, it helps you back down and welcomes you home to this hallowed ground. It's gilded in gold, gilded in rust, heaven below and heaven above, the heaven we know. Here in this holy church, church of the earth. The windows are wide, so darkness and light, and mystery and beauty can meet you inside. And there's room enough to hold all of us together in friendship, who gather in love. It's gilded in gold, gilded in rust, for heaven below and heaven above, the heaven we know. Here in this world, here in our holy church of light, ancient and bright, life that inside us shines, life that we share. This is our prayer, that we may always find the heaven we seek here at our feet, here in this sunrise, in this heartbeat. It's gilded in gold, gilded in rust, for heaven below and heaven above, the heaven we know. Here in this holy church, it's gilded in gold, gilded in rust, for heaven above and heaven below, heaven we know. Here in this holy church, church of the earth.
Good morning, Amani. I'm trying to figure out how they made that sound like more than two people. Right? Yeah. Well, it's nice to be with you. As Marcy said at the beginning, and Reverend Belinda echoed it somewhere in there too, the Circle of Light comes up with these themes for every month way in advance, like, you know, fall for the coming year. So the fact that we have this topic about possibilities is just so interesting, isn't it? And this particular talk is plowing the field of possibilities, because we know we have that field of possibilities, but we also know we have to plant something in it. Well, you know me, you give me a word and I start looking it up to figure out what it means. I want to know the whole etymology, so I looked up the word possible. and I found out it comes from Old French, possible. And before that, there is a Latin relationship to it, which is spelled like the word posse, P-O-S-S-E. I'm not sure how it was be pronounced in Latin, but it's the root of the word possible, and it means to be able, to have power. Also related to that word in Latin is potentia, like potential. It gives us potential. And the first known use of the word possible was in the middle of the 14th century. Doesn't mean that there wasn't possibility before the middle of the 14th century, of course, but they didn't have a word for it. Yeah, imagine going through your life thinking something might be possible, but not having a word for it. Words just give us so much depth. Merriam-Webster points to an archaic definition of possibility, which is one's utmost power, capacity, or ability. Utmost. I don't think that's archaic at all. I think that's what we do in New Thought all the time. So if Merriam-Webster wants to call it archaic, so be it, but we know that's what we live. But what does possibility really mean? What does it mean in the metaphysical sense that we're talking about? Well, this theme for this month, Field of Possibilities, made me think of an old film called Field of Dreams. You know it. If you build it, they will come. Again, I wrote this like 3 months ago. I didn't know we'd be building nothing at that time. But now it just has so much more meaning. If you build it, they will come. Possibilities can be dreams. Dreams can be possibilities. It goes both ways because there really isn't a difference. There really isn't much of a difference between a dream and a possibility. That's why we say dream big. We believe that thoughts become things, so dreams must become even bigger things, right? They have power. We give them power. That's how that works. So what leads to possibility? What leads to possibility? Knowing that anything's possible. That's where it starts. A lot of crazy ideas have come to fruition, things that people thought that'll never happen. Things like NASA, things like Apple, things like the United States, where people said, that can't possibly work. And now 250 years later, there's some infrastructure making it all work to the best of our ability. I know there are some people who say anything is possible, but then when you give them an idea, they say, no, that's not going to work. So you laughed because you know those people. Maybe you are those people once in a while. I think we all say that once in a while. It's that fine line between possibility and judgment. There's a very fine line there. Just because somebody doesn't want to do something or doesn't want to say something or doesn't want to spend the money or doesn't think it's possible, that just means they've measured it and they've looked at it, measured it, and decided that it isn't for them. But that doesn't mean it isn't possible. It just means it isn't for that person. We can look at those same things that other people find impossible and see them very reasonable and very possible. That's what science of mind, that's what New Thought is all about, isn't it? To dream big, I think there are several stages. Several stages to really dreaming big. First, you have to figure out where you are, because if you don't know where you are, you can't figure out where you're going. They kind of go hand in hand. Then you have to figure out what's standing in your way and how to work with what's standing in your way. Not necessarily to blow it out, not necessarily to wipe it out or get rid of it. Sometimes that's good, sometimes you can do that, but sometimes you just have to work with what's in front of you. It's a different way. Think about NASA. Think about NASA sending the folks on Artemis 2, I guess, to orbit the moon the way they did not too long ago. They were building on past success, but there was a lot that they still didn't know. I mean, they knew how to launch a rocket. They knew how to, run a lot of that machinery. They knew how to get out of the Earth's orbit. Those things had all been done before. I mean, they think they're normal. They're mind-boggling to me, but they all thought those were pretty normal things. But even then, there were so many new questions that they didn't know how to answer. There were so many unknowns. We think of all these years of rockets and NASA. We think, of course, they go up there and they do that. But every time, there's a new set of, is it possible? That they have to plan for and then have to consider in that moment. Still wondering if they could communicate from the dark side of the moon, and how would that be? Wondering how to collect the data, how to communicate, how to use the technology that didn't exist before this particular launch. And looking at what risks still existed, but also being prepared for what risks they couldn't possibly see yet. And looking at what was possible in light of what was in front of them and might be standing in their way. That's what scientists do. I'm not a scientist, but the scientists I know say, that's what we do. We have problems, we work with what's in front of us, and we solve those problems. We find solutions to those things, and yet we still hear people acting like little things are the end of the world, not seeing the possibility the way we can see them. What's the difference between solution finders and those other folks? Well, courage, for one thing. Having the courage to step into the unknown. I guess courage is really the elimination of fear, or the way of dealing with fear that it doesn't bother us anymore. If you're going to send people to the moon, you have to face some of that. You have to face that we don't know what's going to happen, and eliminate some fears involved. In fact, one of the astronauts said, before they took off, one of the astronauts said, you have to be nervous when you're going into something like this. If you're not nervous, you're not going to take it seriously. But there's a difference between that joyful and prepared anticipation and fear. Two different things. So we have to look at that. I've never been to the moon, but I'd imagine to make it work, I'd have to have real strong confidence in my abilities, not just in what's right in front of me, but in that unknown. And I'd have to have a real strong confidence that you all flying with me know what you're doing too. That collaboration is very important. And I guess if all of that fell into place, I'd be nervous, but I wouldn't be too scared, because I trust the people who put all of this together, and I trust myself. What else would I have to overcome? Gravity. I have to deal with that, because I like gravity. I'm kind of attached to it. Gravity is good, so I'd have to give that up. What else gets in the way of our possibilities? Sometimes we don't do all the homework. Sometimes we're not really, truly prepared. And that's cool. In some ways, it's good to say, I'm just going to wing it. But at other times, we have to really be prepared. We have to really do our homework. And we saw that with the people at Artemis 2 as well. They were already in the space program. And then when they got this particular assignment, they really had to buckle down. And you know how long it took them to buckle down? 3 years. They did their homework. And we can do ours for whatever stands in our way, whatever looks like a challenge that is really a possibility. That's the thing about challenges. They're really possibilities. We just have to learn how to get there. Confidence and humility are all part of that too. It was one more thing that I learned from that Artemis 2 crew. The woman who is, what is her name, Christina Cook, I think, is apparently a very humble person. And she thought that she could just go up in this rocket. She just thought she could circle the moon and do her work as a scientist and be real humble and like no one would know about it. And her friends and family on Earth were saying, how are we going to tell her everybody knows about it and she's going to be a celebrity when she lands? So there is that combination of humility, just enough to get the work done. If there's praise later, great. But we go into these possibilities, doing our homework, knowing and focusing what's in front of us. What else would we have to do? We'd have to live up to our moral obligations. We'd have to understand that people have expectations of us. We have to understand that we're representing something that's big. And that's true in everyday life. You don't have to be a part of NASA for that. Just, we represent something. Someone is always looking at us. Somebody told me not too long ago, I said, what was it like to understand that you were a role model? And she said, everybody's a role model. It's not exclusive at all. So every time we're stepping into something and looking at possibilities, we have to understand we're representing something and we are role models. Someone else is always watching how we handle a challenge, how we approach possibilities. Remember, too, that we have purpose. I like purpose. I talk about purpose a lot. We also create our own reality. We make these decisions when possibilities are in front of us. We decide if we want to be happy. We select who's in our circle. We choose how to handle our success. Think about those. Because you wake up in the morning, something crosses your mind, you hear something on the news, and it could just blow out your whole day. You know, you could just be like, oh, I don't know about this. Or you could just spend the day having a really wonderful time in spite of other things that are happening. You're not being ignorant, but you're making a choice. You're making a choice to step up. You're making a choice to stand for something bigger. You're making a choice to be happy and to shine your light. We sing that song every time the little kids walk in the room, right? This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. You're big kids, so your light is even brighter. And when you let it shine, it's even bigger and stronger than it was when you were their size. So that's a decision we can make. We can decide to see possibility. We can decide to let our light shine. And we select who's in our circle. Some of us have at one time or another been surrounded by people who weren't always that nice. You know who they were in your life. They weren't necessarily respectful. They weren't necessarily maybe good people, maybe not. I don't know. That's a judgment. But they just weren't doing you any good, and you weren't yourself and your best self when they were around. So you have to make a decision sometimes to release those people, just to be better at being you. I've done that. Just because I wanted to be a better me, I had to get rid of a few people. But you know what happened as soon as I got rid of them? It was a tough decision, too. It was a tough decision, and it felt really awkward and bad for a while. And then shortly after that, all these new, really wonderful people started filling the space. And for the two people who I separated from, a lot of new people stepped into my life. Possibility, clearing that space so that something new and better can come in. But it was a choice that I made. It was a selection to stand up and look at that. And it's the same way with possibility. It's there. It's right in front of us, just waiting for you to notice it. And how we choose to handle our success, how we choose to handle the good things in life that happens to us. I have an old friend who is extremely wealthy. I didn't know this for a long time. Eventually I looked it up. Somebody said, you know how rich this guy is? I said, no, I don't know, fine. But eventually I looked it up, and he is on the Forbes list, not for the income that he has, but for the amount of money he gave away. He's on that list. Wow, okay. But you know, I worked with this guy for years, and there was no hint of it. No hint whatsoever. I mean, if we went out together, he'd buy dinner, and that was like the extent of the hint that we had. But he knew how to handle his success. He knew how to handle it with a certain amount of humility and a certain amount of, I'm going to do good in the world, but I'm not going to walk around like this. So it was a choice that he made. We all have some success in our lives in some way or another, and we choose how we handle that. We choose to be generous in ways that don't lessen our humility, don't change our humility. So we decide, we select, we choose. And a great deal of possibility is in our hands when we decide and select and choose. We have to remember that all the time. When you go home today, I would like you to consider what is in your field of possibilities and how you plow it. Picture that. Picture what's growing. Smell what's growing in your field of opportunities. Is it a smell that you enjoy? Is it floral? Is it beautiful? And then get ready to manifest what's coming to you. I picture, when I wrote this, I thought, okay, what's in my field of possibility? So I closed my eyes and I pictured pink flowers. And little tiny pink flowers. And I pictured little foxes frolicking around this little field. Who knows why that popped into my head, but that was what was there. We get to plow that field. We get to plant those seeds. We get to nurture those plants as they come along. I saw a hawk flying over too in my little vision of what possibility is and what my field looks like. And there was a gentle breeze. And on that breeze, I heard just a tiny little, it wasn't like a spoken word voice, but there was just sort of this essence in the breeze that said, just make the right choice. You're going in the right direction. You all have that. Maybe you don't have foxes, maybe you have a different color flowers, but you all have the little voice that says, you're going in the right direction. Just see that possibility. Personal power. That's what it is. It's personal power. And it comes in so many forms. We're building our capacity to see our field of possibilities. We're always building it. Just like it takes a spark to launch that rocket, launch that NASA piece, all it takes for us is knowing and trusting and selecting and choosing that it's happening, that it's going to happen. That's all it takes. So let your big light shine and remember that everything is possible. If you build it, they will come. And together we say, and so it is. Marcy's going to join me here. Oh, you want that?
Yeah. I'm curious, was there anyone here today who wasn't here last week? A few. Okay. We're going to talk a little bit about what we announced last week, and many of you are already aware, but we want to make sure that everyone knows what's going on, and we just want to keep talking about it while we're in the field of possibilities and we're manifesting. So basically, for anyone who hasn't heard, our property managers just started acting in an interesting way in raising our lease and additional payments considerably. They wanted us to basically pay the owner's taxes, their common area maintenance, and their insurance on top of what we were already paying for our lease, and then with an annual increase. And it's something that's kind of happening in the commercial world, but it doesn't feel good. It wasn't feeling like we were trying to really work with them and make them understand that we're not here. Nobody's getting rich here. Nobody's really even getting paid here, other than what we pay our speakers. We pay some people, but there's not. No one's. This isn't really anyone's main income. That we're just a family, a group of people, a community coming together to try to do good in the world and spread this. And we weren't really interested in that as much as we had hoped. And it kind of took a minute, but we got to a place where we understood that this just doesn't feel right. Maybe this isn't where we're meant to be. We certainly don't want to be in an adversarial relationship with our property managers, and we want to be able to do what we're doing as a community, lighting that path to peace together in a way that's generative and feels good, and it doesn't necessarily always have to feel easy, but I don't want it to always be about money, and I don't want the board to, and I think we don't always want to be asking, oh gosh, y'all, we're in trouble or whatever. We don't want that. So we have kind of come to this realization that it's time to build something new, to find a new home and build something new and know that there's something better out there for us. Exactly what Reverend Donna is talking about, that field of possibilities. And so we're working through the details.
We're working, to figure out we're not necessarily saying we're leaving here immediately, but we're not going to renew our lease. They have asked us to go month to month, and we basically said yes to that. We had asked them for 90 days, just to give you a little update and notice. They have pretty much come back and said they'll allow us to do 45 versus 30. So it just puts us in a little bit of an interesting position, although we're not worried. The board's got it. We know something better is coming. And I'm going to pass this mic over to Reverend Donna.
Cool group of people working on this. I mean, really, it's all of us working on this together. But the board, the ministerial council, the Circle of Light, all working together. And we put together a committee, so there are other professionals who can help in this effort in a lot of ways. And I used the term last week, and I'm going to repeat it now, that this group of people is working together in complete and unwavering collaboration, which doesn't happen very often, but we're pulling it off. And it's a wonderful thing to see because it's so rare. It's really wonderful to see. I look around here, you probably do too. We look around here and we say, this is such a great location. We're going to miss it so much. We're going to rebuild something that's even better. We've all moved in our lives. We've all missed the place where we were and gone someplace else and said, oh, that was worth it. That was absolutely worth it. So that's how we're looking at this too. We don't know if we're going to buy. We don't know if we're going to build. We're not sure exactly what direction that's going to take. But it's a field of possibilities, and it's wide open, and we're pretty excited about that. There is a form. Marcy will hold up the form. There is a form at the back of the room. There's a mailbox in the back of the room, literally a white mailbox about building. It has some words on it about building. And next to that, a form that asks for your opinion. It says, what are your priorities? What's important to you? And then it asks, what is your vision for Amani's next home? What do you really want to see in this building that we come to at some point fairly soon? So we want you to write that down rather than talk to us about it, because I don't know about your brain, but when somebody talks to me about a great idea, I say, oh, that's so cool, what a great idea. And 2 minutes later, it's gone, or I don't remember the detail. So if you write it down, it gives us the opportunity to carefully consider everyone's vision, everyone's possibility, to see where everything where all those dots connect, and then we can do something with that. So we're not asking you to fill out the form to blow you off or ignore it, but more so that we can really focus on what you want and put it to good use. I also want you to consider the highest possible good thing. We don't have $4 million, but what if we did? Instead of looking at this as, well, we don't have a lot of money and we're not sure. What if we had all the money? What if we could do anything we wanted to do for our new home? Let's look at what would be the biggest and brightest thing and know that that possibility is there. And this is where treatment comes in. This is where spiritual treatment comes in. We always look at Reverend Belinda, we look at Marcy and the other practitioners, we look at the people on this platform as the people who do treatment. But I know that you know how to manifest. I know that you know how to bring things to fruition. So as we go through this process, every week we're going to talk a little bit more about it, and we're going to update you on things that are happening. Every week as we go through this, I want you to hold that vision for the Amani Center. I want you to use your full and utmost ability for possibility to make this happen, because that's how we're going to do it. That's how we're going to have a beautiful new home. That's how we're going to grow this community. That's how our kids are going to raise their kids, and it's just going to keep going and going.
Thank you, Reverend Donna. So in that vein of what's possible, I have one of the things I mentioned last week were metal buildings, still buildings that can be prefabricated to your desire, and it is a more affordable option for creating something. So that could be an option, getting some land and building something. These kits, they kind of start at around $20,000, and then they can get, and that's like a very basic metal building, but they can, the one that's right here, which I really like, and I only have one side. Actually, I think it's both of these are the same. So it has kind of a porch all the way around. That one is around 95,000, and it's quite large. So that's one possibility. And there's other things involved, of course, permits and stuff. And we know it's all doable, and we know it could be easy, and it could show up in a fantastic way. So this is kind of a possibility. What could it look like? We could be out in a field with oak trees and have a really cool building like this with porch and kids area and a fire pit. Here's another just option. That's a metal building with lots of windows, places for the kids, parking, oak trees. So just kind of let your imagination run wild. I'm finding that at 1111 group, new ideas keep coming up that are generative and exciting and like, oh, I didn't even think about that. And so this is how the community participates. So really open your mind up to what could be and know that something better is coming. We're going to continue to meet. The board will be meeting today for our normal board meeting, but the committee will be meeting. There's work going on behind the scenes. We'll keep you informed, and we'll let you know how you can help out. But filling out this form, also, Catherine sent this out. Catherine's our virtual assistant. She sent out the form, the survey, in a Google form, in an e-blast this week. So if you'd rather fill it out online, you can do that. So just keep your mind open to what could happen. How does the next iteration, the next level up of the Amani Center unfold? Because we want you to participate in that. And remember to stay open at the top, meaning like it could be this amazing thing, or it could be something way better that just blows us all away. So that's what we want you to know. And we're going to ask Reverend Belinda to come up and just sort of do a little treatment to kind of set this as we share this, especially if it's new for you. And then we'll go on to our joyful time of giving. Did you know we were doing that? No. Okay. I know you know how to do this.
So let's close our eyes and pull up that highest vision, knowing that this wisdom that holds all the planets in their perfect orbit knows how to create this beautiful building, this place we call the Amani Center, where we grow in consciousness. And it is our highest desire to include spirit in every move we make, in every aspect that we create, that this spirit guides and directs us, moves us and motivates us. And it is our highest intention to allow spirit to move through us, to create something beautiful, unique, that is meaningful to each one of us. This is our home, our center that the divine provides. And we know everything we need is always given. So I'm so thankful to know this, to know that this center is ours as we vision it, as we move our hands and feet. We know the truth, and it is already done. And we'll say, and so it is. So it is time for our joyous time of giving. And you can't outgive the universe. You can't outgive God. Actually, in one of my classes that I was taking to become a practitioner, I thought I would start practicing this. And I was working at a job for a nonprofit. I was probably making $11 an hour or something. It wasn't, the job sounded big, but what I was making didn't match in a certain way. But I wrote my checks to this center first as a spiritual practice. Let's see if this really works. No, I didn't write my bills. I didn't do anything of that sort. I had a basic budget. I knew what I could and couldn't do, but I wrote my check first based on my income. And everything was provided. And I know that that's true for you. And I know this place that we call the Amani Center is our center. We don't have a mother church that provides for us, that tells us what to do and how to do it, except for the divine. And we allow that to guide our lives. So there's lots of ways we can give to this center because it is ours. We're the ones that keep the doors open and keep it available for ourselves. So we have a QR code that you can use, and it'll take you right to a donate button. I actually like setting up a recurring payment. I do it through PayPal. That way, I get a receipt, and it always is given, whether I'm here or not here, whether I'm traveling or whatever it is. I know my tithe gets to Amani. You can always write a check as we pass the basket. That's another way. Cash, mail it. And these are really easy ways, because on the even on the newsletter that goes out, there's always a donate button there too. So if you're so inspired, or maybe that week you got a big check out of nowhere, you say, I'm going to share. I'm going to give. And guess what? It comes back. Always does. So now we're going to let Marcy give us a treatment because she knows the truth.
All right, just as you're writing those checks or you're thinking about your donation, just know that it is coming through you from source. There is a divine flow, and when we step into that flow, we will be amazed by what comes back to us, what feeds the things that feed us, like the Amani Center, and how it lifts ourselves and those around us. So I know that that is the energy of what's happening now. I know it for each and every one of you. I know it for myself, and I know it for this center. So with great gratitude, with great joy, together we say, and so it is. All right, and we're going to pass the baskets, and we've got a song that we want you all to sing.
I went somewhere in my brain. No, but there's willow trees. I'm sorry.
I like it.
Wherever we're going, there are willow trees and birch trees. I just saw them.
The trees.
Okay, we're doing something. Give from your heart.
Give from your heart.
Give from your soul.
Give from your soul.
Dance and be joyful. Love made you whole. Hey, ya, hey, yo. Hey, ya, hey, yo. Give from your heart.
Give from your
Give
heart.
from your soul.
Give from your soul.
Dance and be joyful. Love made you whole. Hey, ya, hey, yo. Hey, ya, hey, yo. Hey, ya, hey, yo. Hey, ya,
All right, receiving these gifts and tithes from the Amani Center, from all of you on behalf of the Amani Center, knowing that they are pressed down and multiplied, they go back to bless you, they come forward to bless the center, and then they go out and they bless the world, and that is how it works. And so together we say, and so it is. All right, let's bring up those kids.
Right here.
Here they come.
Oh. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
All right, AJ.
Thank you all. So today, do you want to read the affirmation? No, okay. Okay, the affirmation today was, I am adventurous. I am going to explore a new place in my neighborhood today. After we read the book, Oh, the Places You'll Go. Very fun little story. I love that one. And then we drew pictures, or at least one of us drew pictures, of a place where we think would be adventurous and fun to go. You want to show everybody? There we go. And so we had a lot of fun, and thank you all.
Thank you. Janet, did you align that book with what's going on? Way to go, way to go. All right, so let's all stand so we can sing our closing song together. We are going to stack chairs today, so we'll leave about 25 in the middle. And I don't know if there's anything else. We've got a board meeting that'll be happening afterwards, but yeah, I think that's it. Yeah.
The presence is here. The presence is here. Love and spirit prevail on each face. The presence is here. Amen. The presence is here. And I will meet you in grace. I will meet you in grace.
After all that talking about NASA, I almost said, I will greet you in space. All this talk about a new home is very exciting, but let me remind you that what we're really building is the Amani Center, the people and the community. And if we build it, they will come together, and so it is.
Won't you sing us all your songs, sing us all your songs, sing us all your songs that you know. Won't you sing us all your songs, sing us all your songs, sing us all your songs before you go. Don't die with your music, your sweet, sweet music. Don't die with your music in you. You gotta leave it all behind, leave it all behind, leave it all behind for the others coming along. Gotta leave it all behind, leave it all behind, gotta leave it all behind, 'cause we wanna hear your songs. Don't die with your music, your sweet, sweet music. Don't die with your music in you. You gotta tell us what you know, tell us what you've seen, tell us how it is or how it used to be. You gotta tell us something good, tell us something good. You gotta tell us something good, 'cause that's just what we need. Don't die with your music, your sweet, sweet music. Don't die with your music, your sweet, sweet music. Don't die with your music, can you? Well, this little light of mine, this little light of mine, this little light of mine, well, I'm gonna let it shine. Said this little light of mine, this little light of mine, gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Don't die with your music, your sweet, sweet music. Don't die with your music, can you? Don't die with your music, your sweet, sweet music. Don't die with your music, can you?
Where are you now when darkness seems to win? Where are you now when the world